What's up, YouTube? Red Zone 101, God bless and peace. Hey guys, got another video for you on basically self-defense. It's a subject that's been on my mind, not just the self-defense part, but a certain subject, an issue that's been going on in our country for way too long. Okay, and that's the issue with school shootings, mass shootings, that kind of thing. Um, it's just basically it's an epidemic now, right now. It's almost like it's a part of everyday life. It's like every week you hear about another mass shooting, another senseless shooting. And I was thinking about the shootings at at schools where, the children are the most vulnerable of all people, for the most part. Um, and I was thinking about how, a way maybe to, let's say, give the administrators, the teachers, the children enough time, let's say let's say if somebody, Lord forbid, was to do a mass shooting or try or attempt to do a mass shooting, to give the teachers, the administrators, the students, maybe an opportunity to create enough time, like on their side, where law enforcement can get there and maybe neutralize the like the suspect, the situation. Now, this is just my own personal opinion, okay? Um, Now, I've even heard where some schools in some states now, they're allowing their teachers to carry a firearm. Now, don't ask me which ones were those were. I heard that some months ago, like what have you. Now, you know, I get it. I understand it. I'm not going to say that I agree with it, but, you know, it is what it is. People are trying to do what they think is right to protect their students. Now, granted, most people don't share that ideology that teachers should be armed in school with handguns. I get it. Um, it takes a lot of training to become proficient with a handgun so that you're effective, but you're not a danger to other people. Okay. Now, what I would like to suggest, let's say maybe not a handgun, okay? Not everyone is proficient with a handgun, rifle, AR, like what have you. But what if we armed our teachers, gave them a fighting chance with less lethal options, okay? Something like this right here. Hang on. Now, you guys have seen this. I've done with demonstrations. This is my Byrna Mission 4 rifle. It's not a handgun. It's not a firearm. It's CO2 powered. It's got a CO2 back here. It fires a, hold on one second. You can either fire a kinetic round like this here that Byrna offers. This is my jawbreaker round, and all of these are in .68 caliber, and also it fires a pepper round here. Now, this right here, to me, is a lot less lethal option than a firearm, but at the same time, with good shot placement, can be very effective. Now, I was thinking, what if we armed our teachers with something like this right here to give them a fighting chance? Maybe to be enough to persuade the would-be attacker to back off. Now, this thing hits really hard. I mean, really hard. Granted, is it going to be like a firearm? No, it's not designed for penetration. But again, for that impact, and with these pepper rounds here, that when they hit you, they burst, and you get pepper powder all over your face, what have you, or your upper body. It burns, uh, uh, burns your throat, your eyes. It's definitely effective. It will make you back off. Okay? So, what if we did this instead of a firearm? Would you be more comfortable with that? Would you think that that would be a viable option? Okay? Now, myself, I think that any chance is better than no chance at all. And this is my choice for home defense if I'm going to use something less lethal, not non-lethal, because anything has the potential to be lethal, but this is a lot less lethal than this right here. This right here, that's a 9mm. That is definitely lethal, or else has the potential to be lethal, okay? But we don't want to arm our teachers with that. What if we did this with also something like this right here? This is my Byrna HD launcher, great for up close and personal. The rifle gives you a little more distance, a little more power. But let's say you're 10, 15 feet away from the person that's trying to do a mass shooting, a crime, what have you. This can be very, very effective with good shot placement. Now, I'm going to just demonstrate me using my Mission 4, because that's the one that I would really recommend for, you know, this is my own personal opinion. I'm not endorsed by Byrna. This is my own personal opinion. This would be a great option for the classroom. Have it locked up where the teacher or an administrator's office, where they had something where, let's say if somebody was to try to do a mass shooting like in a school, okay? Let's say the teacher, they hear it happening, barricades the door, teacher goes, grabs their, let's say their less lethal option, okay? Gets behind cover and is waiting there. So if, let's say that the bad person, the bad guy, bad woman, did breach the barrier, that they were able to defend themselves enough to where maybe, you know, it might be just enough to make the person who's trying to do something wrong back off, okay? And that might give them just enough time for the local authorities to get there and neutralize the threat, okay? Now, this right here is the mag that comes with the Mission 4, okay? Now, normally, you have one black and you have one that's orange. So this way you can put two different rounds in it, two different types of ammo. Now, in one of mine, now both of mine are black, okay? Now, in one of my mags, I'm loaded up with, in this mag here, I got 5 of the pepper rounds, 4 or 5 that I'm going to hit first with, and then every round after that is going to be kinetic. Now, this right here holds 19 rounds, but I think I got about 18 rounds like in each. My second mag has nothing but kinetics, and I'm telling you, when you hit, they hit really, really hard. And with good shot placement, I think, again, this is my own personal opinion, that it could be very effective in deterring a would-be attacker. Now, I've got a target set up there. Now, I've got different parts that's marked off. If you look at it, you see I've got the head, and that's in white. I've got the chest, which is your center mass, that's in white. You've got your arms, and I've got white there. Then you've got your groin, and then you've got your leg shots. Now, a lot of people have said that something like less lethals wouldn't be that effective if the bad person has body armor on. That's true. That's why I marked different areas of the body if it was me that I would go for it. If, let's say, chest shots weren't doing anything, weren't having any effect, I'm going for legs, I'm going for groin, I'm going for face shots, I'm going for head shots. Now, we're talking about a self-defense situation. I'm not talking about you got mad at your neighbor because his dog pooped on your yard or something. I'm talking about a life-threatening, imminent danger situation, okay? Because remember, when you use these, whether it's less lethal or something lethal, you are going to have to give an account for why you used it. And if you're not justified, you could be in a lot of trouble. Okay, so we're talking about a situation where somebody enters a school and they're trying to do a mass shooting. Would this be effective? Could this be enough to deter a would-be mass shooter? All right. Now, the Mission 4 takes a little bit to get ready to use. I'm going to put this right over here. Let me grab it. Now, the Mission 4, now granted there's other options, but even police officers are now starting to use options like this, less lethal options for threats that they deem don't require a lethal response, okay? Now, this is, as I said, this is an air rifle. Shoots a .68 caliber round. It's got a Okay, it takes an 88 gram CO2. Now I've got a 90 gram CO2 here that's compatible with any air gun that uses an 88 gram CO2. I've also got mine with a red dot. Okay, let me turn that on. Okay. Probably should charge the battery more, but I'm good with that. So anyway, to get this ready, you have to twist this here, your CO2, into your rifle. Okay, you twist it. Okay, you load it in. When it stops, you'll hear a little bit of air escape. From there, you want to have your air release valve here, like in the off position, which is towards the back. You push that forward, charge the charging handle like an AR, and then you're ready to shoot. So it takes a little bit of time to get ready to use, but with practice, anyone that's seen my videos, I was able to do it in 7 seconds. Okay, from a sitting position, run and grab this, charge it, get my mag in there, ready to go within 7 seconds. Now, if I was going to use this for the purpose that I was talking about, I would have my kinetic, let's try that again. I would have my pepper rounds in first. Okay, I'd already have this loaded. Okay, so the only thing I would have to do, and I would have a CO2 in here, not completely screwed all the way in, but just enough so that when I needed to use it, I could grab it. I screw it in. Now notice I made a mistake. I had my charging, my air release forward. Okay, you're going to lose a little air like that, but not enough where the air gun won't function. Then I'm going to pull my charging handle, make sure I take it off of safe, it's in fire, and now I'm ready to use it. Okay, now I know that seems like a lot of steps, okay, but I think with practice, this could be a viable option for those kind of situations. We're going to take a couple of shots like at our target. I'm going to shoot at the chest. Now, I'm not sure if the pepper rounds are going to actually break and basically explode, what have you. Well, not explode, but to burst, okay? Because that's cardboard, all right? So it might go straight through. It might not, okay? But what I'll probably do, you know, well, let's just try it. Like, and if they don't break, then I'll just shoot at the metal target there. All right, let's take a couple of shots with it. So let's say somebody I'm hearing gunshots or whatever. I heard people screaming. Okay, we barricaded like our classroom or whatever. I've got the students all in one area, and I'm in another area. So let's say my students are over here, and they're behind desk chairs, like whatever, and I'm over here, and my door is right where my target is, okay? Now, let's say that now the person has actually kicked in the door and they're coming in, okay? So let's say now I have to actually defend my students. We're going to take some shots with it. All right, here we go. All right. Yeah, I took my mask down for just a minute. Okay, guys. Again, I think that could be very, very effective. Here, let's take this back over here and take a look at this target here. Now, as you notice, aimed at the groin, the legs, center mass. Really didn't go for headshots. I got one here. Really didn't go for my arms. The arms they're smaller targets, and I didn't have my red dot where it was charged up enough. So basically, I was doing a lot of point and shooting. But as you see, still very effective, especially in center mass, the groin, the leg areas. And the thing is, if a person did have on body armor, granted, it's not going to stop them there, but all of this here is still exposed. And if a person can't walk right, you get hit in the groin, get hit in the leg, and these really do hurt. I mean, when I say they hurt, they really do hurt. If a person can't walk right, they're probably not going to be able to continue to come at you and attack you, okay? Just keeping it real, okay? So, and then let's say that with all that, you run out of ammo, okay? Your mission 4, it runs out of ammo. The person's still coming. You still like we got your Byrna, all right? Did you guys see that? I wanted you to see that. Always make sure your safety is off, okay? That's why a lot of people, I wanted you to see that. I did that because I wanted you to see that. A lot of people don't like safeties on firearms because in a stressful situation, it's easy to forget, put the safety back on, you don't have the safety. Now, even with the safety on, I just pierced the CO2, it's ready to use, I can flick it down to fire. But the thing is, make sure you have it in the fire position. Let's try that again. Again, always make sure that your safety is in fire. Your safety is off. Otherwise, you better be ready to do this with it, or better be ready to jam them in the throat with it. So anyway, I made this video just to stress that even though we don't want firearms in our classroom, okay? Some people might be okay with it, but most people aren't. Something like these options here, something like the Byrna Mission 4 or the Byrna HC launcher, they have now I think the LE, and they have the SD. This would be a great option in my opinion, especially if the administrator, whether it's teacher, staff, or whatever, had training. Could be a great deterrent to somebody trying to do a mass shooting in a school. This is just my opinion. Again, I don't work for Byrna, but I still think this would be a great option to deter a would-be attacker. Again, just my own personal opinion. I want to know what you think. I'm not going to drag this video out. Again, this here will not go through walls, okay? A lot of people are afraid that, let's say if maybe teachers did use something that's lethal like a firearm, it's going to go through walls and it might hit children or staff like in the other rooms, like what have you. But this right here will not. Will hurt. I think it's very effective for what it is. But again, this is just my own personal opinion. Again, these mass shootings don't look like they're going away. It almost looks like it's a part of everyday life now, and that's sad. We got to do something about it. We got to, if nothing else, we got to protect ourselves. We got to protect our loved ones. So you let me know what you think, okay? Anyway, when someone has a firearm, let's say this, or let's say a bad guy has a firearm, it's always better to have a firearm yourself if you had to go up against that person, okay? You know, level the playing field. That said, if you can't have a firearm, or let's say you don't have access to one, this right here and this right here would be a good alternative. And with shot placement, I think this could be very, very effective. This would definitely put someone in the hospital if shot in the groin, the face. Could definitely. Anyway, let me know what you think. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll never have to use any of our less lethals or our firearms for anything other, get that back in there, for anything other than recreation, going to the range, hunting, you know. Anyway, again, guys, thanks for watching. God bless. Stay safe out there. Always watch your six. Beware of your surroundings. And doesn't hurt to pray. God bless. Take care. Peace.